Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Pine Grove Briar. To another long draw on the stem of American mystery and memory. I'm your host, your pipe companion, and your guide through the twisted trails of history, myth, and smoke. Tonight I'm burning a special blend found by one of my friends at a local drugstore. It's called Sundance, the special blend he has made up, and it is quite delightful. Tonight's story is rooted deep in the midst. I have a hard time saying that word. Midst or mists. Anyway, this episode's story is rooted deep in the mists of the Great Smoky Mountains. We're kind of diverting away from our last few episodes and going a little bit different direction tonight, but hope you'll still find it interesting. This is a case that remains unsolved, unsettling, and wrapped in shadow. We're stepping back to Father's Day weekend, 1969. One of the strangest disappearances ever recorded in American National Park history. The story of young Dennis Martin, a case full of contradictions, folklore, official silence, and, well, strange whispers. So load up your favorite blend, settle into that old rocker, and let's walk the Appalachian Trail where fact and legend meet.
It's a mystery.
It was June the 14th, 1969. Clear, cool Saturday in the Smoky Mountains. Dennis Martin, a bright-eyed 6-year-old from Knoxville, Tennessee, was on a camping trip with his father, grandfather, and older brother. The Martins were an outdoors family. They were experienced, cautious, and familiar with the woods. They'd hiked to Spence Field, a grassy clearing high up along the Appalachian Trail near Cades Cove, straddling the Tennessee-North Carolina border. As the story goes, Dennis and his brother, along with some other kids they'd just met, decided to prank the grown-ups by hiding in the brush and jumping out to spook them. Dennis was last seen slipping into the trees, just a few dozen feet from where everyone else was gathered. He never came back. The search effort began almost immediately. Within hours, there were park rangers combing the area, and within days, more than 1,400 volunteers, National Guard members, bloodhounds, helicopters, and Green Berets were all involved. It was the largest search and rescue operation in the history of the National Park Service at the time. Yet, no tracks, no clothing, no body, nothing. The dogs couldn't pick up a scent. Helicopters with infrared sensors found no trace. Rain and terrain made the effort punishing. And strangely, the elite Green Beret team conducted their own separate search, refused to coordinate with park officials, and never publicly disclosed their findings. Many people believe that Dennis simply got lost and succumbed to exposure. But seasoned outdoorsmen doubted it. He disappeared too quickly and with no trace. Then came a strange account from another family, the Key family, camping several miles away. They claimed they heard an enormous, y'all know I can't go an entire episode, even at this kind of level of seriousness, without getting my tongue tied. They heard an enormous, sickening scream in the woods, and saw a rough-looking man darting up a trail carrying something over his shoulder. Despite this, the Park Service never officially connected that report to Dennis's disappearance. Others whispered darker theories that Dennis was abducted, that feral people, descendants of backwoods families who fled deeper in the Smokies, might have taken him. Or even that something supernatural prowls those woods. The Appalachian Range holds stories older than the U.S. itself. Tales of watchers in the woods, creatures that mimic the voices of loved ones, and wilderness that hides things better left undisturbed. Locals near Cade's Cove speak softly about wild men and shadow creatures. More than a few old-timers claim the federal government knows more than they let on. Some say the Green Berets were there just because they were hunting something, not someone. Whether fact, fiction, or folklore, the Dennis Martin case stands as a deep mystery in a region that has always carried secrets in its hollers. That's what the Pine Grove Briar is all about. Smoke curling through mystery, history, and the unexplained. And if you know anything about me in the past few episodes, you'll understand that I love history, whether it be from the Appalachian Mountains or a Wild West figure that we have covered so far. But that's what I have found in the time that I've been smoking a pipe. It's a time when you can contemplate and a time when you can just think on things. And I have absolutely enjoyed getting to burn a bowl of my favorite blend or possibly try a new blend with you all. It's been an awesome time. And just to be perfectly honest, I feel like doing this podcast has kind of led me into some deeper waters and wanting to know more about our history, whether it be a Wild West lawman or a mystery from the Appalachian Mountains. East Tennessee is, well, it is absolutely a beautiful, rugged place. Still some places, I think, in this part of the country that are still unexplored, even though there are cities and towns all around. There are still some things that are quite unexplained, as was the case with Dennis Martin. And I have much more investigation to do into this case. I found in our mailbag this episode, a couple of you wrote in some great letters about our recent episodes. Marla in Roanoke wrote, after the Liver Eating Johnson episode, I looked up the Crow Killer legend and ended up deep in a rabbit hole. Ever considered doing the Bell Witch with the Brown Mountain Lights? Marla, I want to say this, you're on something there. In fact, I'm kind of leaning into a full Appalachian folklore. I would love to visit that Bell Witch Cave. That would be awesome. Maybe we can do a live stream or something like that. We're going to think on that. And Raymond from Lesbethton said he thinks that we need to do some more episodes on frontier folks. But he also thinks another great episode suggestion would be doing something about, the Roan Mountain Gold or the Unicoi County UFO flap. Raymond, we're listening with that. The Unicoi incident, that is definitely on the short list. So, Dennis Martin, 6 years old, lost in the mountains, never found. The mountains remember. They hold on to echoes, to stories, to the truth, whether we can find it or not. Dennis Martin's story is a tragedy. It's also a riddle. And like smoke from a pipe on a still night, it lingers, hanging in the hollows. Thanks for spending some time around the briar with me. If you got a mystery in your own neck of the woods, write in. You can send that to pinegrovebriar@gmail.com. Don't forget to share the Pine Grove Briar with your fellow ramblers, readers, and pipe smokers. Even if they're not a pipe smoker, you can still share it with them. We'd love to be shared with anybody that you can think of. If you'd like to help support the Pine Grove Briar, drop us a line at pinegrovebriar@gmail.com, and I'll drop a link in the description. It helps keep the lights burning and the pipes lit. So, until next time, keep your pipe lit, your powder dry, and your stories true.